Hey pros, Crystal here from Elite Hair Care USA, Elite Total Body Care, private label hair care company, and Crystal W Online. So today we are doing a full tape-in service as well as a retouch relaxer on my client who, of course, is already relaxed. And she took her tape-ins out prior to this appointment so that we could do a full retouch and then reinstall her tape-in extensions. So we started off, of course, by doing the retouch relaxer service. Now, I don't necessarily always talk about the chemical portion of my particular process, but I want you guys to kind of take note of something. I am doing a retouch relaxer. So if you notice, I am not covering her hair from root to strand. I am only touching the areas where she has her new growth. This is very important, you guys, because too much overlapping of a relaxer can cause what we call overprocessing. Overprocessing means that you have applied a chemical over an area that has already been processed previously, and now you're basically starting that process all over again. So hair can only take but so much before it begins to break down and then start to diminish. This is also the reason why retouch relaxers are really only for the virgin hair when it grows out. Also, another reason why you should not be doing relaxers too close together for clients who have hair like hers or longer hair lengths. This does not apply for pixie cuts because pixie cuts grow out extremely quickly, and they're also cut extremely quickly. Tongue-tied. Anyhow, so I'm doing her relaxer service first. Now, this is on a case-by-case basis, you guys. It is not every client that I'm able to do the relaxer service and tape-ins on the same day. Hence the reason why I do require a consultation, because I need to understand your needs. I need to understand what direction we are going with your hair. And I also need to understand if you know how to care for your hair in between us actually doing the tape-in service. Now, my client here, she comes to me every 2 to 3 weeks to get her hair maintained. She does not do her hair at home. In between the time, we shampoo her hair with the tape-ins in. And if we have to remove any or change any out, at that time is when we do that. Now, whenever it is time for her retouch relaxer, it's definitely important that we remove those tape-ins at least 1 week before the relaxer service, because at the same time, it can still cause irritation, you guys. Anything near the scalp can cause irritation, and tape-ins are not a long-term style, okay? They are not the style for you to just leave uncared for. You do definitely want to make sure that you are doing your maintenance, which tape-ins allow for you to continue to still treat your hair, do your deep conditions, do your hair masks, all that good stuff while they are in. And then, of course, through the life of the tape-ins, you are able to remove them and reuse them. I also provide the hair for my tape-in services. I do not use outside hair because I'm comfortable with the hair that I'm using. All right, so now that the relaxer is complete, this is where I'm just blow drying her to, get any excess moisture out of her hair. She did go under the dryer to air dry for about 60 to 70% of the way. And then from there, we blow dry her root to end, and then we do our tape-in service. Now, because her hair is nice and straight, I didn't really have to put any additional heat to it. I was able to go directly in and apply my tape-ins. And my tape-in method is slightly different from others. Every stylist has their own preference. So you'll get to see that in the next slide. Okay, so now we are at the meat and potatoes of the service, meaning this is where we will be applying our tape-ins to her hair. Now, I like to leave out the perimeter for her because she does have shorter hair than what we're doing. I kind of got a little bit closer to her perimeter on the sides and in the crown versus in the back. Tape-ins allow you to kind of have that versatility where you're able to move the hair in different places, whereas with the traditional sew-in, you can't really do that because most of the hair is braided down and you have no way to actually conceal the parts with your actual hair except for on the exterior. Now, when I apply my tape-ins, I kind of do them in a bricklay fashion. but I do not put in more than 2 to 3 bundles for clients who have silky hair like hers, or fine textured hair. Number one, you do want the tape-in service to remain as light as possible. Number two, my clients don't want to look like they have on a wig. They really want it to more mimic natural hair, no matter the length. So for me, the brick lay method is a lot easier for the client, number one. Number two, I'm able to give them that look of it looking more like their hair, because natural hair typically is not as dense as a full sew-in. It's actually very uncommon unless they have coarse or medium textured hair. But someone with fine textured hair like her will not have 6, 7 bundles of hair in her head. And when I say bundles, tape-ins come in bales or bundles, and they come already pre-made. So it's not something that I'm making in the salon. I don't have that kind of time. But for her hair, we use 3 bales of tape-ins, which total about 60 tape-ins. And 60 tape-ins divided by 2, because you use 2 tape-ins per piece, that's about 30 tape-ins. So there's really about 30 tape-ins in her hair. And that's actually a good amount for her type of style. Now, if it was shorter, we would probably have used even less. But because we're using an 18-inch, which is a little bit longer, that's why I ended up using 3 rather than 2, or sometimes even 1. Now, I do not do tape-ins one on top of the other, nor do I overlap them unless absolutely necessary based on what my client's needs are. In her case, she just wanted it to look very natural, kind of like she didn't have anything in her hair. It just looked like her hair grew that way. So that is why my particular application is the way that it is. Some stylists, they prefer to overlap them because they want it for real, like they want real density. Whereas for me, I'm more the natural style unless the client requests it. So now the tape-ins are fully installed, and I did go ahead and just curl her using the H2 Pro Vivace iron and gave her some loose curls slash waves. With me, I do like to layer my tape-ins a little bit, which I did give her a couple layers just to take away from the blah or the flat look. And then other than that, I mean, guys, this was really the entire style. Like, I want you guys to just comment and tell me, how natural does this look to you? Like, we know that they're tape-ins, of course, but it just really just flowed really well. It suited her face. It wasn't too heavy. It wasn't too dense. And she's able to put this in a ponytail and just do the good stuff with it. Now, I appreciate you guys for watching this video. Please stay tuned to the end to get a coupon code for my newbies, where you'll get 30% off our website. And yes, the tape-in here will be available on Crystal Williams online, so you'll be able to purchase tape-in here yourself. But you guys comment, tell me what you guys thought about the finished look, and then tell me if you've ever had tape-ins and what was your end result from your tape-in service, because I've seen some horror stories, but I've also seen some amazing tape-in services as well. Outside of that, you guys, if you're new, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to thumbs up this video. And once again, I appreciate you guys and thank you guys so much for watching. Stay tuned.